What's up, guys? This is Bobby Okereke, linebacker with Indianapolis Colts. Make sure you follow my guys at the Anvil, best sports talk podcast going on with Colts right now. Tune in.
It seems like a Sunday, like anyone before. That's what you think. So you open up the door, you feel the buzz, you can hear the people singing battle cries. Lucas Oil Stadium's about to come alive. Blue and white jerseys, some old and some new, all gather round South Capitol Avenue. They come for the tailgate, some drive and some buy. Colts fans show up with fire in their eyes, yelling, "Go Host, go Big Blue!" We're in the stands, the tried and true, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, the Colts Nation. We take this very serious, it is not a joke. We're back, all the players, we're back in it, coach. We scream and we root, we raise up our fists to support this team from Indianapolis. Go Host, go Big Blue, we're in the stands cheering for you, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, the Colts Nation, Colts Nation. Screaming, go Host, go Big Blue, we're in the stands, the tried and true, here to watch this football sensation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation, yeah, Colts Nation, that Colts Nation. Come on, let's go, Colts Nation.
Oh, you didn't know? Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to the best sports show ever. This is the Anvil Show. Sorry I'm not there, but let me introduce you to some of my good friends. We got Big P, Cloud the Voice, Big Country, Chase Vader, and Thomas Frost. This is the Anvil Show. Now bang that bitch.
Ready? Unique and Gakwe, go follow my friends at the Anvil.
That's one hell of an intro right there, Carver. Or Country.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, what do you think about a Big P? We got the first prime time game of the night or season.
I'm ready. I am absolutely ready for it. The biggest thing I'm ready for is to see them fix what the hell we've been talking about since opening game in Houston. I
Absolutely.
still haven't seen them fix what we've been talking about since game one. So that's what I'm excited to see. Are they actually working on it? Are they moving personnel around? I know we got some injuries to talk about, but that's not moving personnel around. That's just dealing with injuries. But I want to see if they're actually paying attention.
Absolutely. I mean, just from the look at things, obviously they're not looking at the broader picture. Obviously, they're not going back to their fundamental football. They're not looking at everything begins in the trenches. The things ain't rolling at one up front on either side of the ball ain't going to move in your favor. So obviously, we have work to do there. We got to see personnel changes tonight. We don't know. This is also our first night without our star running back, Jonathan Taylor. I think it's his first missed game since his
Ever.
junior year of high school.
Oh, I didn't know you went that deep with it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they said it earlier on some platform, but yeah, he hasn't missed a game since his junior year of high school. Never in his collegiate career, never in his professional career. So, this is going to be different without him today. So we'll see if Naheem Hines is going to take the ball more. I really like to see Philip Lindsay take the ball more behind, quarterback tonight. I mean, he's got something to prove. They brought him back for a reason. Now's his time to shine. It's his revenge game, if you will. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what
absolutely.
happens.
Getting back there in Denver. Yeah, it's absolutely a revenge game. And I agree with you. I want to see them use Lindsey as RB1. And I want Naheem to stay in the slot position that he was supposed to be playing from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him in these roles that they talked about all off season, and we haven't seen it yet.
No, absolutely not. And I think with Naheem being in the slot now, I mean, they said they're going to utilize him more. I mean, that's where they're wanting him to shine there, but they're not allowing him to. I think he may have had 3 or 4 touches, last week against the Titans, which is unacceptable as far as, his placement in the slot position. I mean, he needs to get used more. Some of that may be Matt Ryan being hurried because of this poor offensive line's play time right now. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it is. Who knows? But the ball he's getting to Naheem's hands, he'll make plays for you.
Absolutely, especially if he's got just a little bit of green in front of him. That dude can snake his way through the rest. But you gotta let him get his legs moving.
Absolutely. But I mean, tonight, sadly, it's gonna come down to the trenches again, Big P.
And in my opinion, and I say it every week, country, it always starts and stops in the trenches. And the way our boys have been blocking up front is the biggest indication that we're right with this statement. You live and die in those trenches.
Mm-hmm.
You got the defending running back champion that's got a total of how many yards? Them near Dick compared to what he has had because of that O-line's not blocking. He's injured today. He's not playing today because that O-line is not creating holes. Did you see that play?
Yes, I did.
It was a pile on top of him between Tennessee guys and Colts guys because they're not blocking. They're not getting the job done. No, and it's frustrating me altogether. I still love them. I still think there's a shitload of potential there for them to be a great line, but I don't know what it is that they're not playing together for.
Yeah, there's something off, with. I don't know if this is true or not, but I seen somebody in a group this morning caught a picture of them walking to the plane, and one of the linemen had like 2 big bags of Chick-fil-A and carrying milkshakes, and another one had like some McDonald's or something. Like maybe it's because of their diets and they're just sluggish.
I've seen that. I actually seen that.
So, maybe. Who knows? Their timing's off. Their pass protection's crap. Their running blocking is absolutely garbage. And I hate to say that about my own team, but I'm a realist. You know what I mean? I got to keep it true. So they got to get they got to get together.
The thing is, nobody on this panel is calling for anybody's job. Nobody's saying that the team sucks. Nobody's saying, fuck the Colts. We don't say that shit here. Now, we give you our honest perspective of being a fan, by going to the games, by watching the games, by watching the highlights, and on and on and on. We still love our team. We still think there's plenty of talent there. We just don't know why they haven't gelled yet. We don't know why they're not doing their jobs. And that's what we're trying to, talk through. But to me, country, talking through that is different than just being a hater.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Being a hater is just, bashing on, just continuously bashing, but you're not looking for things to improve. You're not giving your input to what to improve. You just want to keep asking for heads every week. And that's not what this team is about. That's not what this fan base is about.
Yeah. Hey, Ronnie, thank you for that. Now, Ronnie, find his yards per carry last year. Let me know what those were, and we'll compare them to this year.
JT only has 328 yards so far.
Yeah. 4.0 yards per carry isn't bad, but he hasn't had no breakaways. He's had 1 touchdown, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the Tennessee game, I think he only had 70 yards. When
74, I think.
when it's a game when you're going against one of the other best backs in the league, and that's all you're going to produce.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The other biggest back in the league, you know, the former rushing title king, he wasn't doing much up until he played us. And to me, and that was the biggest thing. Like, don't let him go off on us, and he did. He had 114 yards, averaging I think like 6 or 7 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns, I believe.
Yeah, Greg, I don't think they're going to lower ticket prices or beer prices.
No, because that's what's going to keep him in business.
About the only thing.
But no, I mean, defensive side of the ball, I mean, like Naheem Hines said during his press conference, you know, shortly after the Titans game, the defense is doing their job, you know, for the most part. You know, they're making stops, crucial stops at times on that side of the ball, but yet the offense ain't producing. And for some reason, even the players are just not understanding why. And I mean, me and a buddy were talking about this the other day. I just think, I don't know, man. I think that locker room might be losing faith in some of the coaching personnel.
Very, very possible.
I'm not accusing any particular coach. I'm not saying it's a particular coach. I'm not saying any names of any sort. It's a team effort. Coaches got to team up. Coaches have to do their best to do it. Yeah, one coach might have to put it out there for everybody to see what the team's doing, but all collectively it's a team effort, no matter if it's the players or the coaches.
Absolutely.
And a lot of these coaches, you know, need to be held accountable. I mean, head coach or not, or I mean, I think it was Sean Ward last week on our show said, you know, what about the offensive line coach? Where's he been at? Why ain't he getting, you know, the offensive line shit in a group?
Thank you. Tell me what his name is without looking it up.
Exactly. Who can tell me what he looks like?
I mean, I can now because after a couple of conversations that me and you have, I'm like, you're damn right. I don't even know who the hell the guy is. So I went onto their website and looked him up, but you know, he has a great resume for the 3 years that he's been here, but he's not doing shit. But see, look at Ronnie pulled up that stat from last year, 5.5 yards a carry. That's a big difference. 1.5 yards.
1.5 yards is difference between a ball game, son.
For what, 30, 40 touches a game?
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
So I'm saying, I mean, 1.5 yards, that's games. That's game winners right there.
Could be. Playing like this the rest of the season, then I feel comfortable about getting our QB1 for the future next draft. I know it's early, but that is if we continue to be trash. Hey, Tez, I don't think anybody's really disagreeing with that.
No, absolutely not.
You know, and I think everybody is still waiting for Ballard to draft that future quarterback, that future franchise quarterback. And I wish Clyde was on here because he watches a lot more college football than I do. He's saying there's a lot of good potential quarterbacks that's going to be coming out in this year's draft. So I'm excited for that. Not that I have anything against Matt Ryan because I don't. And now fumbling 9 times, getting 5-7 interceptions in 4 games. You know, that's bad. I mean, that's bad.
Being the leader that he is, he's taking accountability for himself from that. He knows he's better than the way he's been playing. He can't understand why he's playing that way, but he said he doesn't care to figure it out. All he knows is to figure out why he's playing bad. What he is going to figure out, he's going to figure out how to play better, and get back to that, potential MVP form that he's been doing. So those were his words. He's like, I'm going to continue to get better. He's like, this team and this city deserve that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's got to do better. And he was brought in here to do better.
And and for everybody out there that's saying it's Matt Ryan's fault, it's really not, everybody. It was really not. If he's hurried, he's not used to being hurried. Even though he's not been part of great teams over the last few years in Atlanta, He's not used to being rushed and stuff like this. You got to remember that. He's had a decent line his whole career.
Sean got the offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember him
Yeah,
saying.
if he was sitting right next to me, I couldn't tell you though.
Nope.
I've only seen the headshot. That's it. But I think a lot of people want to point all the way up to Ballard, to Irsay, to Frank Wright. Hey, these are specialty coaches, and they got a job to do, and they're not getting it done.
No.
Now, your head coach, he's the coach of everything. I get that. But your D-line coaches, your D-line assistant, your O-line coaches, your O-line assistant, your special teams coaches and assistants, they have one set of jobs to get done week in and week out versus a Chris Ballard position versus a Frank Wright position versus a Gus Bradley position and the other main coordinators, the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Their jobs are a lot broader, but these specialty coaches, man, they got to get on these guys. They got to figure this out quick.
Mm-hmm. And I think, one coach we can actually praise in all this, I think Reggie Wade's done a phenomenal job with these new receivers. There may be some drop balls, some hard positions, but I think Reggie's doing a fabulous job.
Yeah, absolutely.
In his first year of coaching.
Absolutely.
Ronnie said, "Bring Eric Fisher back."
Hey, we talked, had a lot of negative talk about him last year. I don't know about all that.
I think about it. Fisher's gone and Glow's gone. Doyle's gone too, but think about it. Just think about it. I'm just saying. Was he really that bad after all?
No.
I don't think so. Free agent.
I'm not against that either, Tyler. I want to see what Sam has got. We've seen some bright lights in preseason this year. Read a lot of reports that Sam's been working really, really hard, but that's why he's still on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, will he ever beat out Matt Ryan? I doubt it. Could he beat out Nick Foles? Very so. I think he could definitely beat out Nick Foles. But at this moment, I don't think he could beat out Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan's got a lot more to prove, I think, Tyler. Honestly, a lot more to prove because we know what kind of caliber quarterback he actually is, what kind of work he can get done on the field. So they're going to give him time. I'm sorry for everybody who's a Sam Elliott fan, but they're going to give him time to get back to what he was. It's just facts. Because Frank said, "This is your team. Lead them."
They're going to suit you up, country.
That's like the third week in a row someone told me I'd be a better offensive lineman. I didn't even play offensive line, y'all. I played defensive end. Just saying.
Yeah, we hit people. We didn't try to push them around. Stacey, nobody's having any bad talk. Nobody's putting anything negative out there. We're just talking about the keys to the victory for tonight. We're talking about what we see as wrong. We're talking about what we see that we think needs to be fixed. And for fans, we have to get that off our chest, or we fall into that negative rabbit hole, and you never come out of it. But good, civil, intelligent conversation you can have, and you can be right. You can say, "Hey, my offensive line is really sucking right now. I don't know what it is because talent-wise, it's all there. Talent-wise, we've got a top 3 offensive line, but they're not playing that way." You can point. We can stay. We're staying positive. You trust me. You won't see the Anvil go negative on this team, but you will see us, call out what's good, what's bad, and sometimes there's more bad than good, and sometimes there's more good than bad, and we're going to call it out. and we're going to work through it. We're going to, try to put some intelligent thought processes behind what we're talking about, and we go from there. We always have positive energy, though, always.
Absolutely. And I mean,
Unlike
regardless
some other people that try to do what we do and have podcasts and all that, they're just flat shitting on Chris, shitting on Frank, shitting on Matt, shitting on everybody to get the clicks, to get the shares. We don't do that. We don't do that here. We'll give you our honest opinion, our honest take on, from our perspective, because that's what we are. We're fans.
but we're honest fans.
Yeah, I never anticipated Matt Ryan having the fumble issues that he has.
No, it's never been a topic.
But I also never anticipated this O-line letting him get sacked 15 times in 4 games. And I don't know how many knockdowns. I don't know how many pressures. I never once anticipated that.
No one did.
So yeah, we got to talk about it. We got to try to figure this out.
It's got to get figured out.
For our sanity.
In the words of, regardless of what your opinion is of Chris Ballard, what he says, one of the biggest things you can take away from him is nobody is patient anymore. Y'all, you have got to be patient. Regardless if it's your opinion on him or Frank or Matt, just whoever, you got to be patient on trust the process. Nobody's patient anymore. I understand this team is built to win and built to win now. I get it. It's frustrating. As fans, we get it. We really do. But y'all just got to be patient. I mean, it's frustrating having slow starts to the season year in and year out since, Andrew Luck's been here. I get it. We're built to win. We have the mentality to win. We have the talent to win. And if the coaching's on point, we have the coaching to win. But you cannot just quit giving up every week and keep bashing people.
Yeah,
you got to have faith.
Bringing that negativity shit out into the universe isn't doing anybody any good.
I mean, regardless of you never know who sees that stuff, y'all. I mean, it's the internet. You really don't know who sees it. And right now it seems like I said, that mentality in the locker room might be a little low. If they see the stuff that we're posting, that's not helping the situation for them.
Yeah. Well, fuck it. These guys don't. This whole fan base hates us. Why should we even try?
Yep.
They ain't gonna say that about the Anvil.
Well, show me that we suck.
Yeah. But and that's the thing. We are fans. We do have these expectations of these players. Because we break those players down. We know what their talent level is. And just by saying they're not playing to their talent doesn't mean we're being negative.
No.
It's just what we see and how we see it.
Same thing with a coach. Like, you think a coach actually goes and tells his players, I mean, maybe in an emotional moment, but, being a former player, former coach, I've had coaches tell me this, but, it's like a coach actually meaning that you suck, and he's telling you that you suck and meaning it. He's not. Like, when we're not doing the same thing, like, we might say the O-line's trash. It's because they are playing like trash.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're not trash, but they're playing like trash.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting ready to get to be my point. Like, but we know that they're not trash. We've seen them play not like trash. We know they set a bar for themselves, and we need them to get back to that bar.
Absolutely. All right. We've talked a lot about the offense. Anything else you want to throw in there?
No, we can go ahead and move on to the defense. I mean, offense is obviously the biggest problem that we have right now, but we can go ahead and do some praises on the defense, make some keys to victory on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah. I tell you, one more thing on offense.
Okay.
Jelani. He is showing he's a friggin' playmaker.
Hey, we said
and just
redwood of a man to be in the end zone.
The short little snippets that we've seen him in the games, he's making the plays. He's a playmaker. I would like to see him more involved in the offensive scheme tonight and moving forward.
Tight ends, man. All them tight ends, man. Every single one of them. Granson, use him to move the ball down the field and get Mo Alley and Jelani in there, in the red zone, and let them just go up and grab it.
Yep. Robert, my thoughts on Peter King. Hey, him and Jim Irsay are friends, and that's what Irsay said to a famous journalist, sports journalist. He knows it's getting out. He knows it's going to, get out on Twitter and everywhere else. So is it just Irsay trying to put a little bit of fire under everybody's ass, or is it really something that is a serious issue with him right now? Could be both. I don't know. If I was that fly on the wall, I'd tell you, but I'm not. So, I'm kind of looking at it either way there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a valid point, but
always valid points.
It's a long season and it's a long process. No professional team is magically created in the offseason. It takes time. It really does.
I mean, what else did Chris Ballard say? It's regular season, week 1 through 17.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. Any given Sunday, y'all, is what that means.
All right, start us off in some defensive talk, country.
I mean, obviously, okay. So, again, we'll go from front to back, So, start with the trenches. The defensive line does do what it's always done. We got to rush the hell out of Russell Wilson. We got to make him panic. He gets on his feet, he can get loose. We got to contain. That is the Achilles heel right now of this defense. Kwity Paye and Yannick on the outsides on those defensive end positions, those rush edge positions, have to contain. The defensive end is not designed. I mean, they're designed to rush, yes, but they're also designed to contain that outside edge. They have to. And with someone with Russell Wilson with legs, especially with a hurt shoulder, y'all got to remember that he's going to try not to use that shoulder as much. So if he can run the ball or hand the ball off, it's going to go to the outside. I best believe that. Or short dump passes or screen passes. You got to watch out for those. So those defensive ends have to contain tonight. They have to cover and contain. Linebackers do the same thing. They can't go balls out, and rush the quarterback all the time. In certain situations, yes, do that. Absolutely. Gus Bradley's aggressive. He knows what he's doing. These players are veterans. They know what they're doing. But you've got to contain the middle of the field, the outside of the field, with the linebackers and defensive ends. Let Grove and Buck do their jobs up front. The corners, Stephon and all them, let them do their job. Stephon, has been showing out, maybe not MVP or Defensive Player of the Year caliber yet, but he has been a reliable source for us. Let Kenny do his nickel thing. I think we got all of our safeties in tonight, don't we? I don't think there's no one hurt that far out.
Blackman,
that's right. But who's filling in? I wonder if we'll see Cross tonight.
I'm sure Cross is stepping back in with the other Gus guy.
Faison.
Yeah. No, he's a corner. He's a corner.
He is. No, not Fancy. Oh, what is his name? Nick Cross and oh god. This is number 25.
Thomas.
Thomas. Yeah, Thomas the second.
Yep.
So, but yeah, he'll probably be back there with him. So they're up and coming guys, but they're solid though. So
absolutely.
The defense is go out there and do what they got to do tonight.
Now, can I elaborate a little bit on your defensive ends?
Of course.
Yeah, what you said is 100% true. But they could still put pressure on the QB and still keep containment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a balancing act.
Mm-hmm.
But your best defensive ends can do it.
Yep, you got to have the talent there to do it.
The biggest thing that they cannot overdo while they're pressuring the quarterback and keeping their containment is over pursue.
Mm-hmm.
Once they over pursue, boy's rolling over his shoulder and going the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that Rodney McLeod.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree. I mean,
thank you, Robert.
They They got to just play smart. Is basically what all it boils down to.
Absolutely, and play their talent.
Yeah,
they're very
their
very
strengths.
talented. You know, and so I don't know. A lot of things, country. I look at these guys. I look at stats. I look at how they play. I look how they practice, and they're just monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But game time come, a switch is getting turned off, and those monsters are going away for whatever reason. And that's what's confusing and frustrating to me.
Yep. Absolutely.
But I still think our ends can put the pressure that they need on the quarterback to make them screw up and still keep containment as long as they don't over pursue. Once any player over pursues, they're done.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Hit the nail right on the head there, Big P.
There you go, Adam J. He's ready.
Yeah, he is ready. Hurry up and get home, brother. You got a half an hour, or a little over maybe an hour to the game, maybe. Catch up on some of these comments here.
Yeah,
yes, that's definitely key to victory there.
Turnover is huge in any game plan, and last year I didn't think we was as good as a team as we are this year. But there was a couple differences between last year and this year. One, we were creating the turnovers, not doing the turnovers. And two, besides that left tackle, our offensive line was stout. And they're not this year. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see we'll see.
We always do.
We'll see how Chris and Frank rises up to this challenge. There's challenges every week in this game. There's challenges every year in this, for every organization. There's challenges in every offseason. Yeah, just got to fight through them and keep fighting through them. Worst thing we can do as a fan base is give up on them and start spreading negativity, because that ain't helping.
Hey, like Z said, man, this team is resilient and will continue to be resilient, whatever the cost.
Everybody says, no, bullshit. Come on, guys. Hey, nobody wants this team to win the Super Bowl worse than we do.
Absolutely.
But it is a process, and what Nyheim Hines says the other day is absolutely true.
Mm-hmm.
Every year they've been regelling.
It's a new team every year.
Yeah. That takes time. Now, with the talent that Matt Ryan has, I did not expect the fumbles.
No.
With the talent that O-line has, I've not expected the breakdown of the O-line at all. I'd be the first to admit it. But they're still talented. That's why I say they can figure it out.
Patience. As long as we figure out the key, everybody, to a consistent play call, a consistent way of play, and a consistent movement of the ball, this team is going to be unstoppable. That's this thing, though. You got to be patient long enough to figure it out.
That's it.
That's just all there is to it. Easier said than done? Absolutely.
Adam says it's hard typing and driving.
Quit texting and driving, buddy.
Yeah, it's dangerous and probably against the law. So we're not going to stay on here too much. We do apologize to everybody. This week was a little off-centered from most weeks. We've got a lot of people involved in this show now, and they're all over the place, from Las Vegas, Mississippi, to Kentucky, to Southern Indiana, to Indianapolis. We're just all over the place. So getting everybody's schedules to line up every week, and same time, same channel, same everything, gets tough from time to time because we all got families, we all got jobs, so and this week was just one of those tough weeks trying to get everybody together. Just like the pregame show. We're supposed to have a couple more people show up and they end up working late. So that's just the way it goes. But we'll always try to keep everybody updated. We'll always try to keep everybody positive, and we'll keep going.
Absolutely. And my final message to y'all guys before we hop off here tonight
He says his blood pressure can't take no more.
Hey,
come on, man. Strip back all the layers. It's just a game. Don't let it, ruin yourself like that.
Mm-hmm. But my final message tonight for you all is, guys, before we get out of here, it's just, stay faithful, give honest opinions, but try not to bash as much as you can. I mean, this team believes in their fans, so we have to believe in them too. So the final message is this: stay true to the blue and for the shoe.
I like it. We should put that on a shirt.
I think we will. Speaking of shirts, real quick, next round of shirts soon to be on its way. Isn't that right, Big Pete?
It is. It's still going to take 2-3 weeks to get everything finalized and ordered and the order shipped out to us. But yeah, it's already in the process.
All right, guys. So y'all keep staying tuned to our pages. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to us on YouTube. We will let y'all know when all of that comes to be. As soon as we get them in and becomes available, y'all will have opportunities to buy shirts again. And be sure to join us on our tailgates, our next home games. Pay attention out for our event pages and all that stuff. And P, if you don't got anything else, we'll go ahead and wrap this up, brother.
All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, brother. Everybody, cheer on your Colts tonight. Stay faithful. Stay true to the blue and for the shoe. Let's go. Let's get this W tonight, and let's turn things around. No drinking and driving. Stay blessed. Stay pretty. And let's go, Colts.
Time to get your hot wings hot, your cold beer cold. It's Colts football, baby.
Thursday night football. Let's go.
All right, we'll see y'all.